For the past 2 years, the artificial intelligence arms race has been a straightforward sprint. The largest tech companies in the world poured billions of dollars into data centers, fighting to build the smartest, most powerful baseline reasoning models available. But the math behind that race is suddenly shifting. Last month, European AI lab Mistral released a new model called Medium 3.5. Rather than widespread acclaim, the release faced immediate criticism regarding its high usage costs relative to its performance. This bar chart illustrates the economic problem. On the left, Mistral's architecture requires 128 billion parameters and high usage fees. On the right, Alibaba's Qwen 3.6 is less than a quarter of that size and is open source, meaning developers can run it for free. Despite the cost difference, their scores on complex coding benchmarks are nearly identical. When a free, lightweight model can match the output of an expensive, heavy one, it proves that raw intelligence is becoming a commoditized resource. The ability to reason through code or text is no longer a rare advantage. It is something that can be easily replicated and distributed. This commoditization puts immense pressure on the business models of labs like Google and OpenAI. If their primary product is available elsewhere for free, they can no longer rely on being the smartest model to maintain their massive market valuations. How do legacy tech giants maintain their dominance when genius-level artificial intelligence is essentially free? They are turning to a defensive strategy known as a moat. By focusing on deep integration and ecosystem lock-in, these companies make it difficult for users to switch to cheaper alternatives, regardless of how smart those models might be. The software updates pushed by major labs this week illustrate this pivot in real time. Each update represents a calculated step toward building these defensive perimeters around their existing users. Google is building its moat by embedding AI directly into the foundation of its devices. The goal is to make the technology so central to the hardware that it becomes an inescapable part of the user's daily environment. We see this in the leaked Cosmo app for Android. Instead of waiting for a user to type a prompt, Cosmo uses Android's Accessibility API to read the screen context directly. It understands what app you are using and what you are looking at, allowing the assistant to offer help without any manual input. This flowchart shows how Cosmo manages that work. It analyzes the complexity of your request and routes it dynamically. Simple tasks stay on the phone's local chip for speed, while heavier tasks move up to Google's cloud servers. Google is further unifying this experience with a rumored model called Omni. By combining image and video generation into one pipeline, Omni removes the friction of switching between separate creative tools, keeping the entire process within Google's infrastructure. By integrating screen reading and background processing, Google turns the AI into a proactive layer of the operating system. It is no longer an app you choose to open, it is part of the phone's basic functionality. OpenAI is building a different kind of moat, centered on daily professional habits, specifically targeting the workflows of developers. A recent update to their Codex coding assistant added pixel art pets that live as overlays on the desktop. These characters stay visible even when the main app is minimized, providing little status updates on the coding tasks Codex is performing in the background. This creates a highly sticky interface. By turning a background process into an interactive desktop companion, OpenAI encourages users to keep the tool active and visible throughout the entire workday. To reinforce this, OpenAI added a tool that automatically detects and imports configuration files from rival coding agents. If a developer has rules or plugins saved in another tool, Codex pulls them over instantly, removing the effort required to switch platforms. These features make the coding agent feel like a permanent part of the desktop layer. Switching to a cheaper open-source model would mean losing that ingrained workflow and the personalized environment the user has built. The final moat involves specialized trust and regulatory compliance, areas where free open-source models struggle to compete due to the legal and safety infrastructure required. Google DeepMind's co-clinician project illustrates this. The system assists doctors with telemedicine and medical notes, but its architecture is built to ensure it never crosses the line into rendering unauthorized medical advice. Safety is maintained through a dual agent setup. As Agent A speaks with a patient, a separate safety agent watches the data stream in real time. If the conversation approaches a medical safety boundary, the oversight agent blocks that pathway, preventing potentially dangerous hallucinations. Anthropic uses a similar strategy with its Jupiter belt. Before any deployment, the model undergoes intensive red teaming, a process of stress testing safety classifiers to ensure the model remains within strict ethical and legal limits. This emphasis on compliance explains why Mistral recently secured a major contract with HSBC Bank. Even with its higher costs, Mistral offers a self-hostable, auditable solution that meets European GDPR standards, something free Chinese models cannot currently provide for a global bank. For high-stakes industries like banking and medicine, this level of legal security and safety oversight creates a barrier to entry that raw open-source intelligence cannot easily overcome. As these strategies for integration, stickiness, and compliance converge, the habit of visiting a dedicated AI website to type a prompt is becoming a relic of the past. Artificial intelligence is moving into the background of our routines. It is becoming an invisible infrastructure that manages our hardware, monitors our professional workflows, and enforces our safety boundaries without requiring a single manual command. The ultimate winner of the AI war will not be the company with the highest benchmark score, but the one whose invisible presence you can no longer imagine functioning without.